Hello and welcome back on Friday, March the 15th. I have answered my question. I've gotten packed for going to Mom's over the weekend, and I decided to go ahead and make the cookie fluff for my uncle's St. Patty's party. I don't know why I keep wanting to say 4th of July party. St. Patty's party. That's why it's green and gold and rainbows. Yes, so, and I know I usually, when I come up with these ideas, I like to share them with y'all so that you can maybe get inspired to do your own. Hopefully the store isn't out of everything. Luckily my store was not. And I'll give you the basic, I always start with giving you the basic recipe for what I do. And then of course it's, you know, a lot of ingenuity, whatever you want to do. And now this is something I found on YouTube a long time ago. Not my recipe, and I doubled it, whatever they told me to do, and it makes a lot. I have one of these bowls, I don't even know, I always have to look at it. I think it's like, what, 9 liters, something? 7.7 liters, 8.1 quarts. I mean, it fills this bowl up pretty good, the way that I do it. So if you don't need that much, you can cut this in half, and you'll be good. But I always look at it just to make sure I don't miss anything, because I can. It is 8 ounces of cream cheese, and actually, a trick that I have been started using, because I was wanting to make one at the last minute once for a party, and because usually I get like the regular, I was getting the regular cream cheese, and you have to let it, you know, sit and soften or whatever, and Mom was like, why don't you just get the whipped? Why don't you just get the whipped cream cheese, you know, just so that you can do what you want with it. But yes, it's 8 ounces of that, and then I'll put that back on the floor. Not that Big C ever licks from the bowl, but and then 3 cups of milk, 2 regular boxes of pudding mix, and for this one I used oh, she heard me put things on the floor. I used pistachio to try to make it green. For some reason I thought it came out, like, it didn't come out that, I knew it was a fairly light green, but I thought it was green, like, I almost wish that I had some food coloring. Somewhere around here I have food coloring, because my cousin Barb gave me some, and I don't know what I did with it. I looked for it, I don't know. I didn't find it. But yes, 2 boxes of the regular, just the smaller pudding mix, works just fine. And then 32 ounces of Cool Whip, so that you can make this, and like, that's your base for whatever you want to do for your fluff. I think I've even made one time even without cookies, and I got an idea this time that I was not able to bring to fruition. But it opened the door to alcoholic cookie fluffs, because the idea that I came up with 2 days ago when I passed by an end cap that had Irish cream liqueur on it, however you say that, and I thought, you know, I thought maybe you can find it on Amazon. You can find Amazon, because I thought there had to be like extract or flavoring. I didn't check the coffee aisle. I wonder if there was like a syrup in the coffee aisle that would have been Irish cream. Damn it, and I meant to. Next year. Or you can steal that idea from me and make an Irish cream cookie fluff. Because that's kind of what I thought would be kind of a unique twist on, you know, a unique flavor to it. But unfortunately, I did not. I looked in the baking section, I looked, you know, the regular bakery aisle, I looked in, like, the seasonal stuff, I looked in the, like, even in Celebration, there's like a baking section in the Celebration department, but I did not have any luck finding any Irish cream. So that's why we went with pistachio, so that I could represent the green, because it was, you know, Irish St. Patty's Day. I wanted something to be green. And also, the cookies that I used in this was just the regular Walmart sugar cookies, right there, for that. So those are all crunched up in there, as they are, and let me get my camera, and then I decided, well, for rainbows, because I thought, you know, rainbows, we had these rainbow cookies that were also by these sugar cookies, these green sugar cookies. And I thought they actually looked like rainbows, but it turns out they just had like white frosting on them, and then like some kind of sparse, different colored sprinkles. So they were not exactly the rainbow that I was hoping for. And this was also not quite the rainbow that I was hoping for. I've used these before. I believe I made one called Unicorn Barf, and I put the Lucky Charms, like marshmallows, like these kind of marshmallows in it. Now, if I'd thought of this like 2 weeks ago or something, there was actually, for St. Patty's Day, they actually had like bags of the Lucky Charms marshmallows, like the ones from the cereal, and you could get those in just a bag. I mean, if I wanted to go ahead and make this today, and of course none of the Amish shops are going to be open on the way home anyway, when Mom comes to pick me up later. So I mean, I know in some of those bulk food stores you can get like the big bags of the Lucky Charms marshmallows. So I'm kind of throwing this together at the last minute once again. So I kind of had to do with what I could find, you know. So I kind of come up with these little ideas, trying to represent everything. So we have the green and we have the rainbow. Now we need some gold, because the gold at the end of the rainbow, right? I was very disappointed because I remember this was in the celebration department, these metallic flakes. And I thought, that will be so cool. I'll just spread those over the top of it, and that'll be awesome. Well, it turns out these are not edible. They are just for decoration only. And I was like, I know there's, like, I thought they'd be kind of, you know, expensive in the first place. But I thought, I was like, well, I know they make, like, edible gold flakes. And that's what I thought I was going to buy. But not these, because these are not edible. They are just for decoration only. It says it on the thing. We did have some, like some spray, some gold dust that you can put on. It's for like things for like donuts and blah, 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 blah. So I thought about just getting some regular like white marshmallows and spraying them gold, but then I wasn't sure, for one, how far the gold spray would actually go, if I would have to buy like 2 bottles of the gold spray or whatever. And then plus, once you get it in the mix of everything else, I wasn't sure that the gold was going to stay on the marshmallows, or if they would just be regular marshmallows by the time that I was done. So what I did find, though, were these Wilton sprinkles. And I thought, well, those will be kind of like, well, I have a closer up picture of them that you can see. I kind of thought those would be like, you know, little gold coins mixed in, you know. And unfortunately, when I was mixing these in, I think the color was coming off of them. Also in the celebration aisle, something that we had was, it was a bag of like, it wasn't M&Ms, it was like an off-brand, kind of an off-brand of M&Ms, but they were for parties, so they were all different colored, because there was like some red ones, some white ones, blue ones, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they had something they called gold, but it just kind of looked like a flat tan or something. And they were basically like M&Ms, little chocolate, you know, little chocolate round thingies. I was a little worried these might be too hard, they might be too crunchy. I took a couple of them, and they're kind of, I mean, they'll probably soften up once they get in there anyway. Thank you for your opinion, Mingxie. So, I mean, they weren't too bad. They weren't like you're gonna, you know, crunch your teeth on them or something like that. And then one last thing that I found in the baking aisle was this sanding sugar. And, yeah. I don't know why it takes motion photos. I don't know why it does that. But I found this sanding sugar, and I thought, well, that could be like the same idea of the gold flakes over the top. And, well, maybe I'll just take the camera. Maybe I'll just take the camera with me and show you instead of trying to hold this up. But this is what it ended up coming out looking like, with the gold flecks on the top and the green. Not as green as I wanted it to be. Maybe it's just my light. I don't know. But that is what it ended up looking like. So, maybe kind of a mess. But festive, I guess, for, you know, St. Patty's Day. So it's got the green, it's got the gold, it's got the rainbow in there somewhere, you know, so everything that you need. In the celebration baking aisle, there actually were these little like sugar pieces, I think, and they were actual little rainbows, but there was only 8 of them in the package, and it was like $6 or something. It was like way too expensive, I felt, I guess, for just like 8 little rainbows that aren't going to make much of a dent. I guess it could be like, oh, you found a rainbow. It could be like the special prize in the middle or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is, like I said, it made it. I mean, it filled up this whole, you know, rigmarole. So, do you hear the the stuff shaking around in there? So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Mom won't be here for another couple hours, so you know, that'll have a chance to set, and then I'll put it in my little you know, carrying cooler that I have on the way home. So like I said, the party's not till tomorrow anyway, but I wanted to go ahead and make it now so that I could film this and get it up before the weekend, in case, you know, hopefully if you come across it and it inspires you to make your own last minute you know, lucky magical, I don't have a name for this one, St. Patty's Fluff, I don't know, I can do that. And I'm supposed to check Messenger. Marilee told me to check Messenger. We're apparently planning a second outing in April. Well, I mean, it's Irish. It's Weston. We're gonna go see Bob Reeder sing. He's an Irish musician. You know, so yeah, that fits the. We're gonna do it in April though. We're gonna do it like next month. But she told me check Messenger, so apparently her and Sean have been discussing it, and that's fine. That's kind of like whatever. As long as I have money, so we do it after a pay week, whatever. I'm good. Let's go. Let's have fun. Adventure. But anyway, that's what that is. So hopefully you have a good weekend and a good St. Patty's Day. Aaron, go brawless, something like that. I don't know. I think it's what my uncle always says. But anyway, have a good one, and I'll see you for what I see you.